see there, Hal, Brian, John and Roy Hamilton were the initiators. So these chaps met and they thought, what happens if we invite speakers? Would anyone be interested? First meeting was in April 2004, and two of those chaps who were at that meeting are here today 20 years later. That's the various mug shots of those chaps. Sadly, not many still around. So we have grown now to 322 subscribers, 124, and that'll be more today because we have more memberships paid. And we get 80 to 90 a month, and I do thank everyone for their involvement, because without involvement there is no club. The earliest recorded talk, April 2005, Flying the Sterling Bomber, and that is the #2 talk watched on our YouTube presentations. Sadly, none of the 2004 presentations have been found, but the first ones weren't videoed. So that is actually wrong. It's now 815 videos. The latest video was put together on pilots falling asleep at the wheel. And I thought the person who might know something about this would be Graham Hart, who's a check captain for Emirates. So I emailed him and said, Graham, what do you know about this? Can you give me some info? And back came a very terse reply saying, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm in a flight sim, I couldn't book any other time, get out of my face. However, I didn't, and I got a lovely response which made it into the video. Thank you very much, Graham. So we know that Brian Hernan played a great part in the initial success, as did Stan. But the Old Fliers performs another function too, which doesn't involve the speeches, the talks, the YouTube and all that, and that's the social aspect of the club. Isn't it nice coming together with your friends and actually just talking flying or what you're doing? Do you agree? Yeah. So you stay involved, and that's so important for your mental health. Since 2012, going back a little bit, it was soon recognised that these videos that had been recorded were just sitting in someone's cupboard or on the shelf, not being employed, and so on, and no one outside the club knew anything about them. So we had to put them, edit them, put them onto a format that people would watch. It's very hard to read writing. In fact, I can't read it on here, but I can tell you that Stan Scher's video about the Concorde in Harare is approaching 1.25 million hits, and that's serious stuff. So income from these videos rewards our presenters and helps make things like the Epson projector happen. Also, if you want to apply for grants to Lottery West, you've got to have some presence, and having your own web page is important. We could mention all the people, 147 that have spoken at this club, that have bore you to tears, but you can go onto the Old Fliers Group, our own page, and there is a link there where you can see what they spoke about and who was giving the presentation. You will be amazed.
You know, there's a lot of history in this room, and one of our group has seen fit to put it all on record. He was thinking ahead of the rest of us. A lot of you are, I think, like me. You know, until I got with this group, I'd never thought about talking about World War II. And after being around you guys a while, why, it had been 61 years since my last combat on Iwo Jima. But anyway, you got me on my feet. You know, the experience of this group has had a lot of us shaking our head. There's John Ralston out there and his technique of aerial muster. And you know, he claims to have had 27 controlled descents. And then you've got Tony Monday, he had a double flame out, 145-mile glide. He later went to Cambodia and claimed somebody was shooting at him. And you take Brian Wally. Now he's an expert on ditching. He had to have a second go and wound up in a German concentration camp. And then there was John Markham. Man, I'm sure glad my sons didn't know him. They were both pilots and they would have tried this. But John, he coined the feat of fly-by-wire. Seriously, the Brody landing system is not for the sane. Stan Scher recognized the importance of video recording all these presentations. And Stan, it's my honor to present you a certificate of appreciation from the Fliers Club for your dedication in preserving our history. Stan Short.
And that was the late, great Jack Fletcher, the chap who said, "Damn or be damned," talking about the Fitzroy River up north. He was a man, a visionary. So there are many presenters that we've heard from over the years. As I've said to all of them, don't take your stories to heaven. We need them here on earth. Share them with us.